As I was praying, the Lord began to speak to me about you being called into a season of being consecrated. So, what are the signs that you are being pushed into a season of consecration? And what does it mean to be consecrated? Consecration simply means to be set apart. When God begins to set you apart, the first thing that He will do is He will make it clear to you that He has intentions to use you, that He has called you, and that He has a purpose for your life. That there's something that He needs to change, somebody who He needs to make you become from who you are to who you're about to be, the person that He has destined for you to always be. Now, when we look at the life of Joseph, we can see somebody that's life exactly played out what I'm about to share with you. And if you look at the signs, you see that first, he was called. God spoke to him and told him that He had called him and that He had plans and that he was going to be destined for greatness. And immediately, you see that rejection began to come. The people closest to him, the people that he loved, the people that were supposed to be there to support him, began to reject him. This was the life of Joseph. And it even got to the point where they began to envy him because of the favor that God had placed over his life through his father. His father favored him and gave him that coat. And his brothers hated him for it. So what you're going to see when God begins to consecrate you and set you apart is that there will be favor over your life, and people will begin to resent you because of this favor, and because they will see that there is a different edge or light of God upon your life. When God begins to call you into consecration, which is to be set apart, He will begin to pull up away and push away anything and everyone that is not conducive to who God is causing you to grow into becoming. The other day, as I was praying, the Lord spoke to me something, and He said that there are certain people that God will never allow to see the greatness within you. Because if they see the greatness within you, and they are unable to help you achieve it or get there, they will actually end up becoming a stumbling block and a hindrance for you to become that greatness. So what God will do is He will actually hide the greatness that is within you from the people that you love and the people that you wish and you want to see be in that position with you. And He also does this to protect you, because there's people that you have good intentions for them, but they don't have good intentions for you. When we look at the life of Joseph, he went through hard times. But the number one thing that you need to always remember is that it is God who called you. It was not man. It was not a pastor. It was not a man of God that said that you were called. If you're in a situation where you're being set apart and God is beginning to heat things up in your life, the Bible talks about many times about the genuineness of our faith being much more precious than gold. And we know that gold is heated up to bring it to its highest level of purity. I remember a couple seasons ago, I was going through a lot of testing, a lot of battles, right when God had first told me that He was consecrating me and that He had called me. And I remember I had a dream, and in this dream somebody stole my gold chains. And when I found the gold chains, I knew that they were put in a, you can test gold by putting it in acid to see if it's pure or not. And it was put in a container with acid. And I knew that God was allowing me to be tested to see the purity and the quality of the gold that I was carrying. So God will sometimes allow you to be in a situation where He wants to see how you react, and He wants to see where is your heart. Everything boils down to your heart and the posture of your heart. Some of you have been praying and you feel like you're not getting an answer. The way to get an answer from God when you want to hear from Him is you have to first position your heart. Now, what do I mean by that? When we look at the story of Daniel, and in around chapter 10, he was on a 21-day fast. And on the 21st day, the angel came, Michael, and he said, from the day that you you positioned your heart to pray and to receive an answer, I was sent out. But for 21 days, I was held captive. It means that the result of his fasting and him receiving the answer, it had nothing to do with his fast. It had nothing to do with the 21 days that he went without eating. It had everything to do with the intention that he had to seek out God and to fast and pray. Just the intention and the positioning of his heart was enough to warrant a response from heaven that came down. And because of that, the angel came and gave him a message about the end times and about the release of the people of Israel because they had overstayed in their time in Babylon. There's some of you that have overstayed your time in Babylon. There was a season that God destined for you to be in growth, to learn, but now you have overstayed. And God says it's time to come out. And He's going to begin to release signs into your life to show you that He is releasing you and sending you to the promised land. Just as Moses came with signs, you're going to see signs in your life that it is time for this new season for you and for you to step into. So in this time of consecration, the most important thing for you to do is to pray and to stay close to God. Remember that God is your lifeline and He is your life. And as you stay close to Him, you can take a different look and a perspective at all the things that are going on in your life. So when somebody comes and they come with all this drama or with all this bad energy, you can just look and you can just smile and you can just laugh. Because you know that God is putting you through this for a reason. And that's a season that you're going through. So if this message was for you and it blessed you, I want you to drop a comment and let me know how I can be of better assistance to you. Have a great day.